Hello there and welcome back to You Live. Joining us here, Lily Richards from Unity Books. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How's your Monday going?
Pretty good, actually. I've had a pretty good Monday.
That's good to hear.
Wow, I like Mondays.
Yeah, Mondays are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
We're talking about with everyone out there about how they tackle Mondays, because I mean a big weekend is not for all. So you know, they can't go out maybe a Friday and a Saturday night and get up on Monday feeling as magic as we do.
That's true. Are you presuming that I go out on a Friday and a Saturday?
No.
I really don't.
No, you know, but some people do.
Some people do.
But you don't have to go out. Some people just wake up on a Monday and go, oh.
I like the idea of
Monday.
tackling Monday. It gives me this cool image of someone just like running head first at Monday.
You get out, you open your door, you just start running. You're like, yeah!
That sounds good.
Good. How's the book industry this week?
Good.
I'm glad.
I've totally forgotten the word that I wanted to find. There's two words to describe the books that I'm going to talk about today. I've got two books.
Yep, two books.
Yeah.
Yep, great.
The first one was, there was a little video actually on the Facebook page about it, which was a video of people's reactions to this book, because it's a different book. So whereas normally you might want to authors write a story out of their own minds or their experiences, and they come up with all of the language themselves and the plot and everything, there's another way of doing writing, I guess, which is kind of like going the opposite way, so erasing words, and it's called erasure, or it's also called, there's another word, and it's the word that I've forgotten. It's like when you cut out paper cutouts. No.
How do you erase the words when you have no words?
Yeah,
so
could you explain that a little bit more?
So I've got a couple of examples of this, and it's really cool. It's kind of like starting with a big lump of clay and carving it into something else. So these two books that I'm going to show you, I'll start off with this one, which is kind of more famous because the author is Jonathan Safran Foer.
No, that's not John Safran.
No,
John Safran from Australian media.
Yeah, who's a comedian.
Yep.
Yeah. Jonathan Safran Foer is an author, and he wrote Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. He also wrote, what was that book that was turned into a movie? He wrote another one which was turned into a movie. Fascinating, eh?
Yeah.
And he's a pretty famous author who got a lot of attention for Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close.
Yep.
And so this book, he also wrote Eating Animals, which is a non-fiction book, and that's been really popular. It's about him deciding to kind of really look into the food industry when they had a child, him and his wife, to see what people were eating and where the food came from, because they suddenly cared about it a whole lot more.
Yeah.
But this book is based around one of his favourite stories, which is The Street of Crocodiles, and it's a foreign language book that was translated, and it's old. It's a collection of short stories.
Okay.
So what he's done is he's taken that book as his base, as his lump of clay, if you will, and he's carved it out by omitting a whole lot of the words. So I reckon the way he did it would have like printed out the book itself and kind of crossed them out. But what's so interesting about this book is that he's teamed up with a special publisher, and they've literally cut all of the excess words out with a knife. So I'll show you here. It's like it's a completely different book to usual, if you can see. So it's all cutouts.
That's crazy.
Leaving behind traces of words that make up a new story.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so this is like a common way to write books.
Well, no, it's not common. It's like it's an edifice, you know. Like if you really wanted to write a story, you'd just write the story.
Yeah.
So this is playing around with the medium. It's to a degree trying to be clever, and it is clever.
Yeah.
And it's as much, I think, what he was trying to do in big part is give something more, add something to the conversation about books as function and form.
Yeah.
So because they've become a little bit of a threatened species with the electronic books,
yes,
he as an author is trying to prove the worth of the paper book and show you what you can really do with it and the limits to which you can take it.
Tree of Codes.
Indeed, which is a play on the original title, The Street of Crocodiles, using omissions, sort of like an anagram.
Genius.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful, and the story itself is incredibly poetic. It reads like a poem.
Cool. That sounds awesome. I would very much like to read over that. Shall we play a music video, Lily?
All right.
Okay. You know what we're going to play?
No.
Neither do I. I'm going to tell you.
Da-da-da.
Is it this one? Yeah. TV on the radio.
Oh, it's the new video.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Every
time,
I only questioned it because I'm pretty sure we always say it when we have you on.
He knows I like it.
Oh, that's great. Here you go. TV on the radio. Lily, the wonderful book reviewer that comes to us every week. You've got a second book to share with us.
Yeah. This is a second example of... now, the first one, I can't remember what that's called. It's called, like, Cutting Out, or but something fancier.
Okay,
maybe.
cool. What did you... oh, yeah, okay, yes.
Yeah. So this is an example of erasure, where you, like, I mean, it's the same thing, but you erase the words and then you just take the words that you choose to leave behind and make them into a new story.
Yeah.
So this one's a really beautiful one. I'm a big fan of this publishing house, as we all know, McSweeney's, published by McSweeney's. It's called Of Lamb, and I found this at work in the cooking section.
I love the cooking section.
That's disgusting, because it's just actually a beautiful, poetic, illustrated picture book. But because it's called Of Lamb, it was put... Can you go to that camera? There you go. It was put in the cooking section, so not a cookbook.
Sorted that one out, didn't you?
Yeah, lambs for other things other than eating, strangely. Yeah, so this is this book. The poem is by Mathia Harvey, and what she'd wanted for a really long time to do a book based around erasure. So she used this book by, oh my gosh, don't tell me I've forgotten the name. The original starting point that she came to it with was about a portrait of Charles Lamb. So Charles and Mary Lamb, they were brother and sister in like the 18th century, and they rewrote a whole lot of Shakespeare's stories for children, and they're still available today. The Charles and Mary Lamb, crazy couple, they were both slightly psychotic, went through psychotic episodes, and Mary stabbed their mother. I'm not sure if the mother died, but she definitely stabbed her and was put in jail, but then the brother said, hey, hold on, I'll look after her. So they lived together for years and held like massive big parties and stuff at their houses.
I reckon.
Yeah, and so they were amazing. And the book that she used as the starting point was a biography of Charles Lamb. So there's a lot about insanity, and there's a lot about his, obviously the Lamb is taken from his last name, and his sister was called Mary. So she's chosen to erase certain words and draw out of that original biography a picture book, a sort of a poem. And a modern retelling of Mary Had a Little Lamb, the fable. Yeah. And she's got Amy Jean Porter to illustrate this and do the paintings for it. And she's a really amazing artist. Can I show you some more there? They're very, very beautiful and kind of very all over the place, incredibly colourful.
That is cool.
And it sort of looks, I love it because it's kind of between a children's book, a book of poetry, and quite, I mean, it's got quite serious subject matter because it has dalliances with depression, and it's basically about the lamb wanting to be a human and falling in love with Mary. So I love books that don't kind of fall into any particular category. Yeah. And this is a wonderful example of that. And it has some really beautiful poetry.
Of Lamb. A wonderful book. It looks great. I mean, McSweeney's really do put out some stunning books, don't they?
Yeah, they give good book.
They give good book. Lily, thank you for coming in and reviewing these fine pieces of literature.
Sound it out,
fella. Yep, anyway, books. Exciting. Head along to unitybooks.co.nz, check out all the goings on there on the world of the internet. Funny place. Weird, isn't it, the internet?
I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. Have a great week.
Thank you, you too.
I will, and right now we're going to play a bit of Moves Like Jagger, Maroon 5, featuring Christine.